Every year the same jolly nonsense. That's the mantra that has accompanied my Decembers since I can remember. Why must the world be bathed in a sea of twinkling, heartwarming tidings when all I crave is the serene nod of a daily routine? Why can't people just keep their cheer to themselves? It's a question that has perennially buzzed at the back of my mind, like an insistent fly that refuses to quit. For me, my every morning has always been a ritual of sorts, a sort of quiet communion with the day to come. A rite practiced over the steam of a regular cup of coffee. No peppermint, no pumpkin spice, no festive flavors, no sugary sweetness that only serves to muddle the distinct earthiness that I've grown to love about my usual cup of joe. It's not that I despise the holidays, or the joy they bring to others. No, it's simply that I prefer my moments of joy to be quieter, less ostentatious. Just a regular coffee, please. That's always been my standard order. No need for Baroque concoctions with more sugar than actual coffee, or cutesy names that fail to hide the fact that you're essentially drinking a dessert. Just a plain, old-fashioned coffee, black as the pre-dawn hours, to go with the daily newspaper. Perhaps it's a quaint tradition in this media and 24-hour news cycles, but it's my tradition nonetheless. Then, one chilly December morning, as I mumbled my standard order to the barista, I felt a tug on my coat. I glanced down to find a set of bright, eager eyes staring back at me. A tiny moppet bundled up in a rainbow of winter wear was holding out a hand-drawn card. "Mister," she chirped, her voice as bright as the lights strung up around the cafe, "I made this for you." For a moment I was taken aback. It's not every day that you're given a homemade greeting card by a complete stranger. I reached down and accepted the card. The paper slightly crumpled from her enthusiastic grip. It was a simple peace doodle of a Christmas tree and what I assumed to be Santa Claus, yet somehow its simplicity was endearing. My heart gave a strange lurch, a sensation I hadn't felt in quite some time. "Thank you, little one." The words slipped out before I could stop them. She beamed at me, her smile as bright as the Christmas lights that I had so often shrugged off as mere decoration. As I watched her skip off, the card clutched tightly in my hand, I felt something stir within me. Maybe, just maybe, a little cheer isn't so bad after all. Perhaps it was the sincerity in the girl's eyes or the purity of her intentions. But something within me shifted that day. A spark was lit in the cold winter's morning, promised to grow into a flame, warming my heart like the comforting aroma of my regular coffee. It was a bittersweet revelation of sorts, a quiet acceptance of the fact that sometimes it's the simplest acts of kindness that can bring about a profound transformation. It was a lesson learned from a child, a lesson I'd spent years ignoring. Every year the same jolly nonsense would drown me, and every year I'd resist. But perhaps, I thought, as I cradled the card in my hands, perhaps a little bit of that jolly nonsense was exactly what I needed. Maybe a little cheer isn't so bad after all.